Imagine a Roman emperor not standing victorious in a grand parade through Rome, but instead on his knees before a Persian king. His fate, a lifetime of humiliation, perhaps even worse. This is the story of Valerian, the only Roman emperor in history to be captured alive by an enemy. His captor, the mighty Shapur I of the Sassanid Empire, and his downfall, immortalized in stone at Naqsh-e Rostam, a haunting reminder of Rome's greatest humiliation. The Roman Empire, unstoppable, unbreakable, unchallenged, until it met the Persians. In the 3rd century AD, the Sassanid Empire, under the rule of Shapur I, emerged as Rome's most formidable enemy. The stage was set for one of the greatest disasters in Roman history. The Battle of Edessa in 260 AD wasn't just a loss, it was a catastrophe. The Roman Empire, unstoppable, unbreakable, unchallenged, until it met the Persians. In the 3rd century AD, the Sassanid Empire, under the rule of Shapur I, emerged as Rome's most formidable enemy. The stage was set for one of the greatest disasters in Roman history. The Battle of Edessa in 260 AD wasn't just a loss, it was a catastrophe. Valerian ascended to the throne in 253 AD, inheriting an empire on the brink of collapse. The Roman world was crumbling under the weight of civil wars, economic decline, and relentless barbarian invasions. The Persian king Shapur I saw an opportunity. Unlike the chaotic Romans, Shapur ruled a strong and unified Sassanid Empire, eager to reclaim the lands once held by the ancient Achaemenids. War was inevitable. Shapur had already crushed the Romans at the Battle of Barbarissos and sacked Antioch. Valerian, desperate to restore Rome's dignity, marched east with a massive army. But fate had other plans. In 260 AD, near the city of Edessa, modern-day Turkey, Valerian and his forces faced Shapur. But the battle turned into a nightmare. Disease had already weakened the Roman army, and before they could even put up a proper fight, they were surrounded. Trapped, starving and desperate, Valerian had no choice. He attempted to negotiate. But instead of securing a peace treaty, he walked straight into a trap. Shapur took him prisoner, the first and only time in history a Roman emperor was captured alive by an enemy force. The mighty Rome had never suffered such disgrace. Back in the empire, chaos erupted. The news of Valerian's capture sent shockwaves through Rome, leaving it leaderless, vulnerable, and humiliated. His son, Gallienus, took over, but the damage was done. Rome's invincible image was shattered. What happened to Valerian after his capture? This is where history turns murky. Roman sources claim he suffered unimaginable humiliation. According to one gruesome account, Shapur used him as a human footstool, forcing the once great emperor to kneel whenever the Persian king mounted his horse. Some say Valerian was skinned alive after years of servitude, his tanned skin stuffed and put on display as a grotesque trophy of Persian victory. Other sources suggest he lived out his days as a prisoner in relatively decent conditions, possibly even advising Shapur on Roman affairs. Which version is true, we may never know. What we do know is that Shapur celebrated his victory in a way no one could ignore. He carved it into the cliffs of Naqsh-e Rostam. Naqsh-e Rostam, an ancient site already home to the tombs of Achaemenid kings like Darius the Great and Xerxes, became the canvas for Shapur's ultimate triumph. On the rock relief known as the Triumph of Shapur I, the Persian king is depicted on horseback, towering over his defeated enemies. To his left, the kneeling figure of Valerian, Roman emperor turned prisoner. To his right, another Roman ruler, Philip the Arab, who had previously been forced into submission by Persia, paying a humiliating ransom to buy peace. Shapur stands above them, the undisputed ruler of the East, his empire at its peak. This relief wasn't just art, it was a message, a declaration of Persian supremacy, a warning to Rome and all its enemies. Persia was back, and it would not be ignored. Valerian's capture marked a turning point in history. Rome, once the greatest empire the world had ever seen, was now vulnerable. The crisis of the 3rd century deepened, leading to decades of turmoil. Though the empire would eventually recover, the humiliation of Edessa was never forgotten. And Naqsh-e Rostam still stands, its carvings eternal, a silent witness to the day Rome bowed before Persia. The story of Valerian is one of arrogance, defeat, and enduring mystery. His fate remains one of history's great enigmas, but his legacy lives on, etched into the mountains of Iran, reminding us that even the greatest empires can fall. What do you think really happened to Valerian? Was he truly humiliated, as legend says, or did he live out his days in captivity? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from history.